Hey, awesome music makers. How's it going out there? Hope you guys are got through your work week and taking care of your bills and working in the woodshed, rehearsing, all that good stuff. Um, I've actually added a couple new songs to my set. I'm adding a couple Donovan songs. Yeah, they're old. It's going back oldies but goodies in the '60s, early '70s, I think. Mellow Yellow and Hurdy Gurdy Man. And actually, with the right effects and stuff like that, I can really make it sound close to what he's doing. That feel, that real kind of sexy feel. But anyway, so I think that song's going to go over good. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Who knows? But anyway, so I wanted to give you guys a quick update on what's going on right now. And let you know what happened to my gig last Thursday. Well, here it is. Okay. I have to say, I explained the situation. I'll give you a real rough thing. Anyways, this guy really tried to work me. He was interested in me, and he saw my thing, and I think he wanted to just. Well, a bottom line, this bar, a bar and grill, is the information I found out about it through the two owners, Lisa and Mike, and they told me that, or Lisa told me that they had bought this place during COVID, so they're still playing catch up. In a nutshell. So that being said, I kind of got that. I'm going, wow, yeah, what a crazy time to buy a business or a bar during COVID 2020. Yeah, crazy. But they did. And it's a great little place, a great little house. They have a separate room for the music. They didn't always. They just finished remodeling. So they have this separate dining room that's separate from the bar. You have to go through a walkway and then make a left, and then you're in this other big room. Um, I was going to bring the camera, try to shoot, but dude, it was messed up. So bottom line is, it was probably the worst gig I have ever done in that I can remember. Now, I remember when we first got to the Oregon coast, I played at this place in Brookings, called the Voodoo Lounge. It was a pretty cool place, but it'd been so burned out. It was right in the harbor too, but it just didn't get a lot of traffic. And so they were paying me what I wanted there, and I'd go there and I'd play in front of like anywhere from 3 to 6 people. They just didn't get people in there like they used to. So anyways, yeah, and I thought those were like the worst gigs I've ever had, because, it's usually always something. Well, this one here, it was a 3-hour gig. Nobody was in the room for close to 2 hours. I think the last hour or last 45 minutes of my set, 2 drunk girls came in drooling on themselves, and older guy came in, and they none of them knew each other, but they sat at the same table and sat pretty much right in front of me and listened to the last half hour, 45 minutes of my set, the last set. So and Lisa came in and kind of pulled the plug because they wanted to go home. Nobody was there. Nobody was even in the bar room. So I understand this is the time of year. It's slow. Everybody's raring up for winter. So I kind of get that. So anyways, so they paid me, and I'm trying to think. I don't know how, but must have been the 2 girls or the guy or whatever. I mean, it's like 35, $40. I'm going, are you kidding? I played in front of nobody. 0. Now, hear me out. In the other room was a bar. There was probably like 6 people in there. And what I did notice, people would come out on on the hallway and take a peek inside through the door, through the entranceway into the dining room. I saw a couple peek over there, and I saw the dishwasher walk by a couple times, but nobody. I mean, dude, that was just weird. I'd never been through that before. Never played in front of zero, nobody. Yeah, that was kind of strange. So I go, whatever. I even text Kim. I go, well, looks like a paid rehearsal. I says, there is nobody here. I mean, literally nobody in this room. So, but I kept it together. I mean, I almost hit at one point, I just wanted to just pack it up and just leave, but I hung in there. I don't know why, but I go, well, because I'm freaking lazy. I don't rehearse. I should. I mean, I will. When I have new songs and stuff, I've got fresh songs in the set, I will take my book out and go over them dry, acoustically, not with anything hooked up, background vocals or drums, nothing like that. Well, I will. Then after that, I learn the song, then I'll bring in the drums, find some drums to mix it with, whatever. But yeah, it was horrendous, man. It was a little painful. I've never been through that. So there's a first time for everything. So any of you guys out there that have done gigs there has been zero people at, don't feel bad, because it happens to everybody at some point in time, but like I said, we're in a different level. We're at a level of entertaining people in the food and bar industry and stuff like that, and that's what we do, right? And occasionally you land some cool, maybe fairground gigs or stuff like that, and bigger shows, and that happens as well. But for the most part, we're at the kind of at the bottom of the barrel. But that's okay, because music is needed in every level and everywhere. So anyways, so I packed it up and I sat down and had a little talk with Lisa, and I told her, I said, listen, I go, one thing about this, I says, the whole thing about having live music at your venue is what it is. It's all about making it memorable for the patrons that come in, right? You want to make them remember you and remember what they heard. So anyways, and I said, yeah, I says, next time, I says, if you don't mind, she goes, she told me, when I first got there loading in, one of the gals that was working there, she was in the day shift, and she says, I says, should I sit up in the bar room? And she says, oh, no, go out in the stage, on the main stage, and go play, set up there. And she goes, oh, no, I go, you sure? I go, will people go in there? Because I knew that whole area, the stage and all that was all remodeled and fresh. So people probably aren't really used to going in there unless they have a band that has a big draw, but they can't afford anybody like that. I've heard that, matter of fact, this guy John at the Moose was telling me he actually kind of got my foot in the door there. He talked to the owner, Mike, and said, you got to hear this guy. He's, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so long story short, I did the gig. It was the worst freaking gig ever. But it was cool. I got paid, came home. It was a paid rehearsal. That's how I mark it up as. But I tell you, it really does help when you have a crowd to feed off of. That was very strange. So, but when I talked to Lisa later at the end of the night, and she says, oh my God, she goes, yeah, she says she didn't really know what's going on. She goes, I would have definitely had you stuck into the bar, and that would have been a lot different, because those 8 people or whatever, how many people were at the bar and sitting around the little tables around the bar, if I'd have sat up in there, I would have kept them there drinking. That's a fact. So yeah, so it was and so I told her that, and I said, yeah. Then she told me that she can't afford, she doesn't have the budget to hire me every week, every Thursday to go out and do that. And I said, okay, well, all right, no. She goes, I can maybe do it once a month. Well, it's better than nothing. But I'm thinking to myself when I rolled out, I go, you know what? I'm never going to hear from them, and I am not going to ever follow back on them. It's just, that kind of a place. It's just, they're trying to get off their feet. They're struggling and they're tight, and they're not very well established. They're getting there. They've got regulars that go there probably late in the afternoon and stuff. So that's what happened there. I promoted for the guy like I told him I would, and I guess I didn't finish the recap of what happened previously, but this is the guy I'm talking about that accidentally sent me the email that was supposed to go to Lisa, his partner. And he says, I got this guy for $200 all night. Thinking, all night, dude? No, that's not what we said on the text. And of course, he was just trying to make it sound good, I think, for her. So the money that they're going out to spend. So, they get a lot of people drinking at that bar, you know what? And they make money off that freaking liquor. But, again, I'm sure they have some overhead. They've got people out in the kitchen, stuff like that. So, anyways, a week goes by, and here it is. What was today? Today is Tuesday. Yesterday, I lift up my phone. So I don't plan on hearing from these guys. I'm going, you know what? Got to brush the dust off my sandals and push forward and go start knocking on some other village doors, So that's, that I was all set to do that. All of a sudden I get this text. I open it up, and it's the owner, Mike, at the Bar and Grill, Big Bear Bar and Grill. And so I says, he says, oh God, I left my phone in the trailer. But he says, hey, Jeffrey, he says, just wanted to reach out. I heard it went really well the other night, but nobody was there. I'm like, what? So I guess, the cook, the dishwasher, and the other owner, Lisa, they were impressed because actually Lisa came out a couple times and stood there in the doorway filming me with her camera, the other owner. And so, and then we had that talk. We had a nice conversation afterwards. I says, let me help you. I said, you need to get this place off the ground, blah, blah, she goes, well, I'm not, I've owned this business and then I come to find out a little later, she probably forgot she said that, like she been around the business for a long time. So I go, well, when did you buy this business venture, or whatever? She goes, oh, during COVID. So, she doesn't have a lot of experience, the owner, and, but she was a sweetheart. And I mean, obviously she has experience now, but they're doing well enough. They're staying open and nobody shut them down. I think they maybe have an A rating. So I don't know. But anyway, so get this text from Mike and he says, yeah, I heard it really well. I said, hey, listen, even though there was nobody there, and I said, he goes, would you be interested in playing Christmas Eve, which is Saturday night. And if you're available, and actually I'm all booked up except that weekend. And so it's kind of worked out kind of cool. And I said, well, yeah, I'm all booked up except for that week. I am open. I says, I can do it, Mike, but I says, you got to meet me halfway. I says, I'll do it. I'll do you 3 hours, but I'm not doing it for 200. I mean, if you meet me halfway, do it for 250. And which I okayed with Lisa saying that in the text, that I play in the bar room, not the other room. He says, and he got back to me immediately and says, you got it. So, I mean, some of you guys out there, you kind of knew that this is kind of going nowhere. This guy's a fucking tight ass, or the owners are. And it's just, it's one of those kind of places. You just, if you're not doing it for a living and you're just doing it for fun, that's okay. And I say, go for it, do it. But I do it for a living. This is what puts food on my table. So, that's that. But anyways, I hung in there. I mean, probably any other time I probably would have wrote this venue off. But for some reason, you just never know. It shows you need to be, you need to play poker with these people, the owners or managers or whoever's, doing the booking at these bars and restaurants and stuff. You got to play poker with it. It's all smoke and, like I said in the previous thing, it's all smoke and mirrors. So you got to play poker with them. And you guys know what I mean by that. You got to call their bluff. And you got to bluff if you have to. You just got to, you want to, and that's what I did. And so now they ended up calling me back, which is a freaking miracle. I thought for sure they weren't going to, because I promoted on the groups, Facebook groups around here. And so people knew that I was playing, and I did get some responses on the flyer I sent out that I posted up on different Facebook groups. So I just said, it just shows you don't give up, man. Sometimes being persistent and having that tenacity to keep going and moving forward will pay off. What did Grandpa, your dad say? Hard work will pay off. And you know what? They're right. I mean, you got to work hard. But at the same time, you don't want to spin your wheels and waste oxygen, right? So with these people, and some of them, not all, but this one here, but not that I'm desperate, but I did want to land a second steady gig for the rest of through the winter season. Because a lot of the places out here are a lot of outdoor kind of stuff. So they're only running spring and summer, and so that's that. But anyway, so I just wanted to fill you in on that, what was going on. Yeah, don't give up on some of these venues. Sometimes you got to bug the shit out of them. And just in a non-annoying way. You want to just get on that threshold of being annoying. Check in with them once a week and say, hey, or shoot them an email or give them a call and say, hey, just wanted to touch base. Is there any openings? Can you give me a shot and try me just one time? Because that's what I'm going through right now. For me, I know if I can just get them to try me out one time, that I got it in the bag. And I didn't always have that confidence. But, in time and learning from one another, you guys and other musicians or how other people work and stuff like that, you kind of get it. But, yeah, so that's it. So they ended up calling me. Isn't that weird? So, yeah, and I get to play in the other room. So this next performance on December 24th at this place, it really will be the one I pull him in. You know what I mean? I'll pull him in. The owner will see me. I'll have an audience, whatever how big it is, whether it's 6 or whatever, how many people are there, 10, 12, 20 people, whatever. She'll get to hear me correspond and work the audience and say my little jokes and whatever, stuff like that. Just little things. I'm not a comedian up there or anything, but I've been known to fucking laugh people out of their chairs just on stupid little one-liners, and they're like, oh my God. But, it's just, I didn't always have that confidence, but I'm telling you, if you want to get somewhere and get bookings and start filling up your calendar, dude, put on your calendar skirt, okay? Get it on and get the calendar filled up. So that's that. That's all I'm going to say right now until next week. So I love you guys all. You guys are, it's so nice to have a community. You guys all rock. And the new guys, and thank you for the new subscribers that are out there. This might not be your thing, but if you can take away something, some kind of crap that I've been talked about or whatever that I've gone through, I call it crap because it is crap sometimes going through this shit, but I want to share it. So you guys can just go, oh, okay. Or you may have good advice for me on there because I'm open. I got no ego. But, and I'm not vain, but, how's my hair look? I can't really see in the camera. Anyway. All right, you guys, love y'all. Y'all rock. Thanks. Don't forget to, if you can find it in your heart to help support the channel on the, donation button. I did have a guy, some company reach out with this microphone. It's a condenser mic. It's a $200 mic. It's not super expensive or anything, but apparently it's gotten good ratings, reviews on this mic. They want me to, I'm like, dude, what are you reaching out to me for? I don't even have 1,000 subscribers. What are you reaching out to me for? Because I've been watching your channel and, we can do this. And they wanted me to do a TikTok thing. I'm going, you know what? I passed. And I said, I said, hit me up in springtime, let me just get through this winter and then I'll figure that out or whatever. But anyway, so it's just funny, but you guys all rock, and we'll catch you next week. Ciao for now.